Hi everyone, and welcome to Tuesday's Tips with Laurie. I'm so excited to share with you today some fun techniques that we can use when you're making this so cute pineapple. This is the June Bench Buddy. So I want to show you where we find this fun pattern. It's in our Bench Buddies May, June, July, and August collection. And these are so fun. There's a lot of fun detail on each one of these Bench Buddies. But today I wanted to show you how fun this is. Look at this. It's a 3D pineapple look. So I'm going to show you some fun techniques on how to make that super fun. All right, let's get started. What I want to show you first is on the first hooping, you're going to have your background fabric, and it's going to stitch out a line with some tick marks. And the tick marks are kind of like something you would find on a ruler. So what I had done is I kind of marked those tick marks with just a friction pin. And then I've done the first row. I'm going to show you on the second row. So I would go through and I would just mark these. Then they're easy to find because you want to be able to see them pretty easily. This is just an iron friction pin, so that will disappear when I iron. So the first thing I do is I take one of my triangle squares, and you're going to line up the corner of your triangle on the very first tick mark, and then just lay the base of the triangle along the line. And then I'm going to pick another color. You can mix and match any color you want. And I'm actually going to start on the second tick mark right there. And then I'm going to do it again. Let's see, I'm going to lay this one down here, and I'm going to lay another one down here, and so forth and so on until your whole row is filled up and you've passed the outside line here. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do is, I like to use the Kimberbell paper tape, and I'm a longer piece. I'm going to put the tape right along the base of all of those triangles, and there's going to be a stitch that's going to stitch right along that and tack that row down. And you continue with that process until you've filled up all of your background fabric with rows of these cute triangles. And you'll note that each one of these are going to go back and forth. So row 1, 2, 3, 4, and etc. Then if you move over here, you can see one that's already been finished. It's been stitched, and then I have already cut it. I just wanted to tell you quickly. So you'll cut it. I cut it along where you start to see this background fabric. You can see the background fabric popping through. So I just cut off the edges of those. And I do the same thing on the other side. You can see I just cut off where you can start see this background fabric right here. Just cut that off. And I don't want to really cut off any of my bottom pieces just yet. So I'm going to leave those just like that. And the biggest and most important thing is, do not cut the stitch up here at the top. Cut above the stitch somewhere. That stitch line is what's holding that first layer on. So if you were to cut that off, then you'd be short one layer. All right? After I finish that, then I'm going to place this on my next hooping. And I've already started my second hooping for you. And there's my second hooping right here. And I've got to the point where I've done the tack down line right here. And this is already been done. So I've done the stem. So now I'm ready to place this piece that I made right on top of that. And you're just going to center it right over the top of that. I double check by flipping this back to make sure that I'm covering all the lines where I want to make sure they're covered. I'm going to flip it to this side and to the other side, and I know they're all covered. So then the next thing I do is I add this layer of water-soluble. It's a water-soluble topping, and make sure you get the water-soluble topping. It's like a clear piece of stabilizer. It's actually got a special purpose, and the special purpose is so that it's easy to tear away, or it's water soluble. So if you have something like minky or towels that have a nap to it, this is perfect for stitching with on the embroidery machine so that it will stay down for you. And so we're going to put this back in the machine and do our tack down line now. And we want to tack that down, and the reason we put that water soluble topping so that this doesn't catch. Those pineapple triangles won't catch. Here we go. It's so fun to watch the machine run. I love doing that. And you can see it's not catching anything. None of the pineapple triangles do not get caught in your presser foot. So that's the purpose of this water-soluble stabilizer. It's a really good tool right for you. All right. And we want it to go around twice for a reason, so that it's tacked down really, really well before we trim this. So I'm going to go ahead and put my thread. All right, I'm going to take this out so that I can show you. So first thing I'm going to do is take off the tape. I'm going to reuse my tape, so that's why I'm going to peel it off so I can use it again. It's one of the things I love about the Kimberbell paper tape. All right, the very next thing, now you can either cut this away. I like to just tear it away from where I've stitched, and you can just tear that away. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to use my embroidery scissors and see if I can stay out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to cut, and I'm only cutting this top piece that I placed on, but you are cutting through all the layers at once. And once you cut around all of your circle, let's see if I can move a little faster here. I wanted to show you that it still has so many fun points to it. So don't worry about, you know, oh, that got caught down in the seam. Oh, it's going to be so cute. They're going to do a decorative stitch around this. So look how fun. Look at that. I'm just getting excited looking at that. All right, and then I just can grab my topping and finish tearing that away. The reason I'm going to go ahead and tear that away is because I'm going to place another piece. It's a clean piece now. And the reason I want to do this is because it's going to be coming on and off with this cute decorative stitch. And I don't want it to catch on the outside or the inside because this is a little bit thicker right here. So that's why I would recommend a second layer of your water-soluble topping, and I'm going to tape that down. And then you just put it back in your machine and you continue to stitch around it. And then when you're finished, you just tear this water-soluble topping off again, just like you did the first time. And then you are going to have this. That's how we made this cute design, the decorative top stitch on this fun little pineapple. So one thing to note is it is water soluble. So if you have little tiny pieces of some of that water, the topping, no problem. Just spray it with some water and it will actually dissolve that extra few pieces of plastic. If you didn't get them all torn away, you don't have to worry about that. And then you just piece your side borders on, and what a cute fun pillow. And they're 8 by 8 inch pillow inserts that you can find at your local quilt shop. And that's all. I hope that you guys enjoy making some of their bench buddies. If you've made any of these bench buddies, please post. We would love to see what you've made. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.